Okay, this recording is slightly sooner from the last one compared to previous times. That's going to be a recurring theme over the next week. What I'm going to show today is the changes I've done towards the text viewer, least of which is actually populating it with complete data, apart from the one Easter egg, in inverted commas, text document I'm going to have, which is what's going to contain the key reference to help people along finding the username and password so they can log in and complete the piece of work. Let's go straight to it then. It's a little bit slower than I'd like because of the iShowU running in the background recording this, but the key features will work. As you can see, the drop-down menu is fully populated. A lot of them are bibliographies because I couldn't combine them into one document, so they're just marked across like you would do in any kind of Word document. Now if we just pick, for example, iTunes iPod, you can notice that, oh no, let's change that up there. Well, in general, that's one of the test features that I'm trying to work around still. I go to organisation groups. Okay, if you go back to this, then you can see that iTunes iPod there on this list is a shortened version from that title there, and that's due to the XML. I've shortened it down considerably by adding in a menu title and a text title, and it alternates between them. The information buttons now work and are all populated as well with proper information, proper dates. Also, my smooth scroll is actually smooth now. I realised the problem I was having was I was using the basic scroll function. I wasn't including the proper maths behind it. So I sat down with a pen and paper and worked out the formula, and that's all documented in my action script. And I worked out a way that would make it work much more smoothly. And even with iShowU running, as you can see, this is a long document, and yet it still runs very smoothly with the scrolling. It's a shame I actually can't get this kind of thing working for other things. Now if you can see, if you just point to A, they're a day after security firms, and then we jump downwards, you can see that it pushes it up about just over half a page. But it's a long document, so on the right hand side, if you wanted to jump straight back up to the top, drag, let go, and you jump exactly where you want to go. And that is mapped completely to this bar, as it is a custom scroll bar with custom buttons above and below. And if, for example, you go to the organisation groups, when I know that it's not larger, this one is actually too large to be scrolled, so you can't scroll through. I just need to make sure that this becomes invisible. That's one thing that I'm going to change in a second when I change the menu titles. All of these populated. Any information I couldn't fit in the title is in the description here in the little information button. It took quite a long while because, I'll show you in a second, all of these bold tags and italic tags are all done using the ASCII codes. And I went through the text documents putting in the ASCII codes. I could have used a parser in the action script, but I decided it was easier to just do the option that I know works and not worry about making a parser at the moment. So if you can see, some of these are longer, quite long. The gendered cyberspace, for example, it has italics filtered throughout the document. I mean, this document was 2,500 words. It's nothing. It's not a short piece of work to try and edit through. It took some time. I've got the image viewer again. The main change being that I found the drop-down menu for the text viewer needed to not be completely transparent. So as a result, I changed both of them. So now it's got a much stronger overlay, as you can see here, in that you can still see the image behind it, but it's much more visible in itself. And populating the image viewer is my next option to do. It's my next thing to do, along with the changes to the text thing that'll be done tonight. It should take another 2.5–3 hours worth of editing in Photoshop to finish off editing my images. That leaves the messenger to be greyed out. I want to put a login screen here tonight as well, sometime in the wee hours, with a login box set up. It may not have to work just now, but as long as it's set up. And the same for settings, which will just be an overlay that comes up on top. And the email, which we know doesn't work yet. That I've actually worked out. I discussed how I'm going to do that last time. I'm going to follow through with that example tomorrow and start by making my contact lists update the information on the right hand side and to get my templates working. And then once the templates work, I can populate with some test information and basically work the way I've been working through everything else. Test as I go. I don't see a use in the way I code in testing in bulk, because it's a lot easier to test small bits of code as I go, as you can see by my comments. I'll go through my comments. It might be harder to see if you've got the video shrunk down. I'll try and enlarge this later on, but you can see that this is my text control, and you can see that it's commented. There's a lot of comments, because as I've been testing things, I make little notes to myself more than to the markers, just about to myself, so I can go back when I'm looking through my code and work out what I've changed, what I've done differently, because I tend to cut and paste my code from different areas of my work and fit it to what I need. So yeah, the next stage is to finish these last few sections off, and then it's moving on to the email client. Thank you very much.